Hey, Berg here. So, in our guild, we were talking on Discord about Tower of Titans, and some people were like, "Hey, I'm having a hard time getting through it." And so I was like, "Oh, well, I can give some feedback on how to build these teams and maximize warriors so that you can get Tower of Titans." And so I was like, "I'll make a quick video." But I wanted you to see this website, Shop Titans Central. Hero Academia is this particular link within Shop Titans Central. Has everything you want to know about everything to do with heroes. So I'm not going to run through it. I do love this opener, build rosters, not heroes. What this means is you should focus on acquiring a roster full of heroes that can clear all content before you focus on making perfect heroes or re-rolling. I'd call that rule 1. Rule 2, I would say, is maximizing whatever innate ability your character is blessed with. And so what I mean by that is, if you have somebody so there's the 3 classes, right? So you've got the rogue class, the green types, they dodge. They also usually have critical hit innate abilities, but they dodge, right? The red types, these fighters, they absorb damage. That's what they do. Blue types, the casters, they give out damage. That's what they do, is they have a high alpha to attack others with. So, for example, when you're looking at skills, and I haven't re-rolled all my skills, but I've re-rolled some of them to get to augment again whatever the natural ability is of the class. So, dancers, they're rogue, they dodge, right? So, I want things that are going to help this guy dodge. So, and by the way, dancers, if you don't know this, after they dodge, they automatically get a critical hit. So you want them to dodge. You want them to dodge anyway because you don't want them to get hurt. But they also get that 100% critical damage. So he's also got this one, 15% evasion, and then 15% critical even outside of his innate ability. Plain Jane here, attack, defense. Probably at some point I'll re-roll that one. And then another one here, 120% attack, 5% evasion, right? And, cats on everything. They give 2%. I want him to dodge. Pick this up in the Last King's Caprice. This is great. Raptor wings, 5% evasion. Cats are only 2. So this just putting these on and putting cat, even though I'm not doing the affinity, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, I'm getting 7% extra evasion out of these raptor wings. And that's what I want. I want the dancer to do what the dancer does, which is dodge and then get those critical hits. Here you go. Talking about alpha with casters. And this guy's geared towards attacking. I think I inherited these. These are probably like, loot from a quest. Lizard and mammoth are not things I'd normally put on here. Eagles increase your chance of a critical hit chance. Viper increases the actual damage that's done. And so, this guy, so he's got this skill effect 100% attack. Skill effect 125% attack plus 40% critical hit damage. 100% attack. So, and I mean, this guy, even when he doesn't get a critical hit, he's putting out 25,000 damage. Yeah, he doesn't have many hit points. Yeah, he doesn't have much defense, but that's not what he's here for, right? He's here to put out damage. Again, you emphasize whatever natural ability the warriors have, or the heroes, I should say. All right, so talking about heroes, then there's champions, right? So you got to look at your champions too. Probably one that people know pretty well is the whole Polonia Trickster combo that came out a few updates ago. So Polonia skill, natural skill, 40% chance to steal valuable items. Well, now if you give your Titan Soul to a thief, they become a trickster. So this guy's a trickster. And so now his innate ability plus 3% chance of Polonia steal chance. So you get 3 of those guys to go in with her. They stack. That's basically a 49, almost 50% chance that you're going to get loot every time you hit the boss that you're attacking. So another one that I think is important to look at, Donovan. So his skill, he helps everybody who fights with him. But what I like here is for the rogues, he gives both a critical hit chance and an evasion. So I love throwing in my musketeers with him. I guess now they're conquistadors. So here we have Sonya the Red. And so she, her evasion is 50%. Her attack, 4,600, but critical hit chance 65%, which gets increased by 5 with Donovan. Critical damage is 3 times, so she's hitting for, close to 15,000. Her evasion goes up to 55 with Donovan as well. And again, she's geared towards evading and critical hits, right? Critical hit chance, critical hit damage here, 100% attack, 10% evasion. Again, the plain Jane one. And another critical hit chance. So again, pairing her with Donovan is augmenting her natural ability. Hemma's not super popular. Put her, soloing a lot of low-level bosses for sure. But her skill, she drains hit points and gets an attack bonus. So she's actually really good to put with berserkers. Berserkers, in case you don't know, where's my guy? Loki. Here we go. Oh yeah, some of these guys are running through Lost City of Gold. So man, that thing just chews up gear. So I have some lower level or not optimal gear on some of these guys, and I'm not always diligent about replacing. But anyway, so his innate ability, as he loses hit points, his attack increases, his evasion increases, right? So it actually kind of makes sense to put them with Hemma, because Hemma's going to ensure that they're losing hit points, approaching that threshold where they're going to do better. But at the same time, she's also using those hit points to increase her attack. But again, point being, she's augmenting the natural ability of those berserkers. All right. Oh, sorry. Here's our guild. Oh, we're getting close to this training hall. I can't wait until we hit that, and get that 4th skill. So characters. So the other thing is, affinities. I said I would talk about that briefly. Affinities, see Sonya. Okay, good example. So, granted, this is legendary, and I'm going to talk about what a big difference that makes her in a minute. But she's got tier 10. She can wear 11. She's even got a tier 9 sword, right? But the reason I do this is this affinity gives me an extra 5 for her natural affinity. Her natural affinity, as you can see here, is fire. So when I put this, these are worth 15 normally. Notice it's 20 because it's added to this 5 for the affinity. So like this, for example, does not have an affinity, so it's only worth 15. The reason this matters, I don't think this matters with her. This is a rare. And some of the epics, you need, 105 to actually be able to unlock whatever that skill is. And so, any time that you can match. So a lot of these tier 11 Celestials have an affinity for light. So this is perfect for my Lord, knight with a Titan Soul. And unfortunately, I haven't really re-rolled anything with this guy, but, if he had an epic, then this element 105 would ensure that, even with an epic skill, he is going to achieve the maximum with it. And, the other thing I would say, and again, this guy is a pretty bad example because I haven't re-rolled anything with him, but, common skills are not bad. If you get a common skill of evasion, I mean, that's a good thing, right? That's 20% dodging. It doesn't have to be an epic skill for you to want to keep it. Again, augmenting whatever the character's natural ability is. All right, real quick, gear. Gear can make a big difference. So, I do have a Celestial helmet, right? This has a natural affinity for light. So, it gives this bonus. But if you look at this number again, legendary tier 9 versus a regular tier 11, it's almost double, right? Which is part of the reason I have this on this guy. In this case, maybe you make some exceptions, right? Maybe I'm not always augmenting their natural ability because I just got a legendary item. Maybe that's worth it, right? I mean, you have to decide. And I will say too, this stuff right here, I would not repair ever. I can make new stuff. I can buy new stuff. Usually have a lot more money than this. Epics, rares, that's what I use my repair kits for, but that's an aside. All right, ultimately, this comes down to, what is your goal? If your goal is Tower of Titans, you need to be making teams that that can get through at least all the bosses, one team, and then another team that can for sure do the in-betweens. I've got a team with Argon and with Donovan that I can pretty much do anything in the Tower of Titans with. I also like to run Lilu through. And actually Yami for some of these. Yami's actually pretty decent. And she's kind of like a built-in compass, right? Because, she gets this 35% faster quest time. So, is that your goal? Is your goal to build a Polonia team, which I have one that I just run all the time? I'm always picking up tier 7, 8, 9 loot, selling that, surcharging that, all from just running her teams through. And so ultimately, what are your goals? What teams are you trying to create? And that's kind of back to that Shop Titan Central piece that I was talking about, building a roster, building these teams before you actually worry too much much about the individuals. And then, like I said, with individuals, you're always augmenting whatever their natural ability is. If it's a caster, they need to have high alpha. They need to be damaging other people. If they're a fighter, they need to be able to absorb damage. If they're rogue, they need to be able to dodge. And again, if they have a critical hit innate ability, they need to be able to take advantage of that. All right, I hope that was helpful. It was a little bit high level. I did talk a few specifics. If you'd like some more specifics, go ahead and make comments. If you'd like to know anything more about Shop Titans, I'd be happy to make another video. I am not a big market guy at all. My shop is okay. I make money. I always have money. But, I mean, Heroes is what I really enjoy. But I'm willing to, provide a video for anything if people need help. All right. By the way, the guild's farm to market, and I've got a good group of people, but there's always an opening here and there. At any rate, thanks for watching, and I hope this was helpful.